take out every single year when we come to the Parshas of Chanukah of Yosef, to derive that and put it together, and that's where the lesson comes out. Perhaps we can take it maybe a stage further and explain what is this meaning of Yefei Toya V'Yefei Mare. The Vilna Gaon in Megillas Esther explains that this description, as we know by Esther, was Yefei Toya V'Yefei Mare. What does it mean? And the Vilna Gaon explains. Yefei Toya means a beautiful eye, a beautiful hand, a beautiful ear, a beautiful forehead, individual features formed perfectly. Yefei Mare, Tovas Mare, refers to the overall look. The overall look. Says the Vilna Gaon, are you trying to tell me that's all Esther was? And we know that Rachel was Yefei Tovas, Yosef was as well. What's behind it all with Yosef? What does it mean? The meaning is that behind the beauty of Yefei Toya v'Tovas Mare, says the Vilna Gaon, Yefei Toya means individual mitzvahs perfectly formed. A perfectly done mitzvah, Yefei Toya, like a limb, an aver is perfectly formed, so it is with a mitzvah. It's not just the physical, it's the spiritual, it's what's behind the act which is done, not just the physical look. Yefei Toya means the Maisa mitzvah which is done so perfectly. Tovas Mare, says the Vilna Gaon, refers to the midas tovos, the behavior, the character, the personality. That's the difference between the two here. And therefore, when we learn about Yosef, he came from a mother who was Yefei Toya v'Tovas Mare. He himself was Yefei Toya v'Tovas Mare. He had a difficulty with Eishes Potiphar because he was Yefei Toya. All the life of Yosef was all based on this aspect of Yefei Toya, of beauty. I was thinking, even if you look carefully in Parshas Miketz, even the cows are described as Yofos or not Yofos. Everything was Yofi with Yosef. He was a Yosem. All his challenges all revolved around the aspect of beauty. But behind it all, he never lost any Ruach HaKodesh. So we see that that's the portrait which is matched all the time with Chanukah. And that's what we're supposed to derive here from Chanukah, the beauty of Torah, which has Kedusha behind it. Masha Ein Kain, which we see by the Yavonim, by Greece, by Hellenism, it's not like that. It's just on the surface. It doesn't have any depth to it. A beautiful picture, a Hollywood pin-up, a magnificent makeup, but nothing there. It's just on the outside. That's Greek drama. That's the beauty of the body. That's what Greek culture lives on. That germinates on, but not in Judaism. It's in the Torah. It's much deeper than that. Maybe we can bring an example from the Beis HaMikdash, which was, after all, we say, was a magnificent building, a beautiful building. But I want to show you in Perek Gimel, in Pasuk Tes, what was the beauty of the Beis HaMikdash? Just a magnificent building? If so, then it was the same as all Greek architecture. The Pasuk in Shir HaShirim explains, Apirion osa loy hamelech Shlomo me'atzei alvonoin. King Solomon made for himself a canopy, it means the temple, me'atzei alvonoin. Just listen to the scene, if you can imagine, from cedar wood. Beautiful wood was there. Amudov osa kesef, and the pillars were made of silver. V'pidosoi zohov, and the seat, which means where the Kodesh Kodoshim was, where the Oren, the ark inside the Holy of Holies, was made of gold. Merkava, and all the hangings were agomon. Look at that scene here. Cedar wood, silver pillars, a golden seat, hangings of purple. Physically, aesthetically, it looks magnificent, it looks beautiful. Now, says the Pasuk, Toichai, but inside, Rotzuf Ava, Mibenois Yerushalayim. But everything was inside, inlaid with love. And that's the Avas Hashem, which is behind the beauty. That's the lesson which we're supposed to pick up. That it's not enough just to say that the Beis Hamikdash, otherwise what's the difference between the Parthenon or any Greek architecture and the Beis Hamikdash? No, the Toichei Rotz of Ava is the beauty which is inside it, which is everything was covered with Ava, the Ava of the Jewish nation to Hashem in building the temple. That was the beauty behind it. The first stage was the external, but you have to go deeper, go further to understand what was behind it. Perhaps that brings us to a very challenging issue, maybe almost sometimes controversial, when Rav Pam, Zecher Tzadik Livrocha, the Rosh Yeshiva of Torah V'das in Brooklyn, always said, he was asked by Talmidim, what do you look for in a wife? Well, you look for someone like Sarah. Sarah was Yefei Toya, beautiful woman. Rivka, Toivas Mare. Rocha was Yefei Toya, Toivas Mare. Always we describe. So what do you look for? That's what you look for. Look for beauty and no more. And Rapam used to say, no, but you must look further in Mishlei. In the end of Eishes Chayil, we see from the Pasuk, we're told, Sheker hachein veheval hayofi. No. Chein and yofi is a sheker, it's a vanity. Isha yiras Hashem, heat is halal. Meaning, and Rav Pam explained in this way. I remember once seeing also that Rav Herman, the book they wrote about Rav Scheinberg's father-in-law, Yosef Herman, All for the Boss, he asked in this sentence, why does it say, he tis halal? Sheker chein veheval hayofi, Isha yiras Hashem, a woman who has fear of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. He, what's the he? He is a digit. And Rav Pam explained that Yofi by itself and Chein with nothing more is just a row of zeros. There's nothing there. It's just skin deep. There's nothing in it. You need a digit to make it into a number, and that's the he. The he is before it. Maybe since we're talking about Sarah, we mentioned Sarah, there's an aspect of beauty which perhaps should be brought out about Sarah as well. If you remember in Pashas Chayei Sarah, the Pasuk says that she was 100 years old and 20 years old and 7 years old. Rashi explains, why do you tell me 100 years and 20 years? Tell me 127 straight. Rashi comments that when she was 20, when she was 100, she was like a 20-year-old without any averos, without any sin, without any chait. When she was 20, she was like a 7-year-old in beauty. The question which is asked by Rabbi Yosef Salant, where's the attribute here? So she was blessed with beauty. I hear from 20 to 100 is a quality of, like she was 100, she was like a 20-year-old. That's a great, great tzadekis, a great lady, without any hate. But to say that she was exceptionally beauty at 20 as a 7-year-old, what's the quality here? And he explained in the following way. The Gemara in Megillah says that Sarah had another name. She was also called Yiska. Yiska has two meanings to it, says the Gemara. Sochsa, she looked on everything beruach hakodesh, and Kulon sochin beyofya, and everybody looked at her beauty. Now those two comments, she looked on everything with Ruach HaKodesh, is spiritual. Everyone looked at her beauty as something physical. And in our terminology, how many women can you imagine who are exceptionally beautiful, have Ruach HaKodesh, which means you never ever trip up with your Yetzer Hara, ever. Ruach HaKodesh means a person is on guard always from a Yetzer Hara, from a Gaiva, from almost perfection. And that's what is so unique. You don't find that together. You don't find outstanding beauty together with Ruach HaKodesh. That's what it was. When she was a 20-year-old, she was like a 7-year-old in innocence of beauty. A 20-year-old knows exactly what she looks like. A 7-year-old has no idea what she looks like. She's innocent. The greatness of Sarah was that as a 20-year-old, she looked like a 7-year-old. That's the great quality which Sarah had. That's the meaning here of Yosef. That's the digit here, which we're referring to here. It's the greatness of Sarah. Having put these points together, and now understanding what the difference is between Ruach HaKodesh, which is behind the beauty of shame, and without that, the shell, the external features, but nothing more in Greek ideology, I'd like to make a suggestion. I'd like to perhaps give an idea over. Perhaps it's a cynical idea, and perhaps it's a certain amount of rhetoric, but you'll get the point. What would the Greek culture have said about a magnificent shaitel, or a beautiful tichel, or, let's be honest, a most beautiful black hat with long white payas and a beautiful beard, and a long, beautiful black kaftan? I'm not denigrating here, but I'm trying to make a point. What would Greek culture have said about a smorgasbord, or gefilte fish, or beautiful silver or golden candlesticks, or a beautiful mezuzah box, or a leather-bound siddur, or a beautiful Shabbos tablecloth? What would the Yavan have said about all that? This is beautiful. But that's not the point. That's the external. That's not the actual mitzvah here, which we're talking about here. That's the nakuda here between Greece and the Torah. People get confused. You can say that everything is kosher and everything has a hechsher to it, but it's not the point. The external features, like of the music, it's beautiful. The Shabbos tablecloth, the beautiful silver candlesticks, the beautiful shaitel, the beautiful black hat. That's not the essence of what the Torah means. It's Greek. You can be Greek, Haredi style. And that's where the tragedy comes in. The tragedy is that people don't understand what exactly is the essence of the beauty in Torah. You can follow everything on an external pattern, but you didn't get the point, because the jugular is removed. It's all external. It's a beautiful dress, a beautiful meal, a beautiful cholent, a beautiful smorgasbord, magnificent color. All these external trims, which of course are important and part of the mitzvah, but one has to go deeper and further. Otherwise it's Haredi Greek style. It's not what it's all about. And maybe that's really what Hanukkah is teaching us here. The word Chanukah, the meaning of Chanukah, is from the word chinuch. Chinuch means to train oneself. We learn in the Pasuk by Avraham Avinu, Vayorek es chanichov. He took Eliezer when he went out to battle, and Rashi explains the meaning of chinuch is the word lechanech, to bring out something at later point, to go deeper and to bring out an inner quality which is essential inside Torah and mitzvahs. That's the meaning of Chanukah. Chanukah, in essence, is looking further and looking deeper, and not getting caught up with the external trimmings of Judaism. The beauty of Torah is what's inside, not what's outside. Seeing further. Chinuch habonim is bringing out the child into the correct way and seeing the depth and the beauty inside the Torah, rather than what's outside. Perhaps we can give an idea, a thought, objectively, of what we mean by the beauty of Torah. It's recorded that Reb Chaim Beloshen, who was the famous student of the Vilna Gaon, once asked his Rebbe, why were there 3 boxes on the Orain in the Mishkan and the Beis HaMikdash as well? 3 boxes. We know the outer one was gold, the inner one was gold, and the one in the middle was made of wood. And inside it all were the 10 Commandments, the luchos were put there. Why do you need 3 boxes? And the Vilna Gaon explained that the wood, which is in the middle, represents Odom, which goes to Ophir. The inside is the hidden aspects of Torah. The nistar of Torah. As we know, there's Torah nistar. The outer box, which was also of gold, is the nigla, the revealed aspects, Chumash, Mishnayos, Gemara. Of course, the inside is the Zohar, the Kabbalah, Tzafra Tzitzanusa, the writings of Rav Shimon Bar Yochai. That's the inside. Man, Adam, is in the middle. It's gold outside, which is Torah's nigla. Said the Vilna Gaon, a human being can understand everything outside and inside of Torah's hanigla, which is Mishnah, Gemara, Halacha. You can understand the depth completely of Torah's hanigla. Torah's hanista, the Zohar, the wooden box is outside the inner box, to show you that the depth of Torah, which is gold, which is beauty, inside, you can only understand the outer layer of Torah, but not the inside layer. It's so deep. It's gold. It's Zohav. It's perfect. But it's outside. Man is outside the inner box. Beautiful lesson. And that's what we're talking about. The pnimius, the inside, and developing what's inside a person. Of course, subjectively, that's objectively, but the beauty of Torah and the yofi of Torah, of course, Chazal explain, Kol Talmid Chacham she'ein toichoi kabaroi, that his inside is not like the outside. Ze'eino Talmid Chacham. It's not enough to be a wizard. He has to be inside, perfect in midas, in his qualities, in his personality, in his behavior, in his Yirah Shamayim, and his outside as well. That's the reason why we always explain the Pasuk says in Tehillim in 45, Memhei, Yof Yofisa mibnei Adam hutzak chein b'sif soisecha. The most beautiful of all people is a Talmid Chacham. Why? Because of the chein, which is on his lips. What he says, his inside. It's not enough on the outside. Famous line of Aristotle, the greatest of all the Greek philosophers, don't do what I do what I say. My own behavior's got nothing to do with it. It's not what I am, it's what I say to you. Bayaz, what's inside is there. And that's the chinuch of the beauty of Torah, which is what Hanukkah is for. And that's what the Greek culture wanted to try and do away with. They wanted to remove this jugular, this lifeline, this pnimius, this inside, this quality of kedusha which is behind the beauty, which is intrinsic. I was thinking perhaps maybe that's the reason why on Hanukkah we say Perek Lamed, and the end of Perek Lamed, chapter 30, it says, Lama'an yizamecha chovayd v'lo yidoim, Hashem Elokai la'olam oideka. What is this? Before davening in the morning, the Arizal explains that the reason why we say Perek Lamed is that like it washes you out spiritually before you start Psukei de Zimra in the morning. What's the meaning of this pasuk? Lama'an yizamecha chovayd. If you know a little bit in Tehillim, David HaMelech often chooses an alternative name for the neshama, Ura Kavoidi. The word Kavoid is instead of the word neshama. Leman yizamecha Chavoid, so that the neshama, the Kavoid, should sing, V'lo yidoim, and not be dumb. Hashem Elokai la'olam oideka. I will always praise you. What's David HaMelech teaching us here? Lema'an, all that you do, all that one gets involved in activities, Yezamecha Chavoid, is that the Kavoid should sing, meaning the spiritual side of a person, V'lo yidaim, and it shouldn't be silenced. Someone who gets involved too much in sport, too much in Greek science, too much in Greek architecture, Greek philosophy, you silence, you numb the neshama, V'lo yidaim, Hashem Elokai la'olam oideka. I will always thank you, and I will always be close to you. The lesson which comes out is quite clear. The internal beauty of the Torah is the inspiration from Chanukah. What's inside, the development of the neshama, the kedusha and the Yirah Shamayim, and not the external features, which is what the Greek beauty is behind it. And that's what we mean when we say La'ashkicham Torasecha u'la'aviram mechukei rotzonecha. The idea of Greek culture is to remove that aspect of the Torah, perhaps even worse than the hashmid la'areg u'la'abed of Haman. This was a spiritual enmity, a spiritual persecution. And the nace of Chanukah is that HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you looked after Klal Yisrael, you provided for us in every way. And that's why we have Hallel on Chanukah, the recognition of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, of the Nisim, all that He's done for us. Thank you.